There is a Latin phrase that served as the North Star for the early alchemists: in sterquilinus invenitur. It translates to "in filth it shall be found." These weren't wizards in robes. They were the first systems engineers of the human spirit. They believed that the secrets to the universe, the gold, the perfection we all chase, wasn't hidden in a palace or a star. They believed it was in the stuff we throw away. They looked for it in the dung heap, in the dirt, and in the gutter. We spend our whole lives looking up for our happiness. We look at the promotion, the luxury vacation, the extraordinary life. But the alchemist knew something we've forgotten. If you can't find the light in the dirt, you won't find it anywhere else. Welcome back to the Simple Tapes. This is your friend Vinny. It's Sunday here in the Rust Belt. I'm looking out the valley. It's that time of the year where everything is a shade of slate. The trees are bare, and the ground is mud, and there is a layer of industrial grit on every windowsill. It doesn't look like a postcard. It looks ordinary. It looks like filth. Welcome to Season 2. We're calling this season of the Simple Tapes The Lab. Season 1 was learning about how to stop the car and prevent the engine from overheating. Season 2 is about what you do once you're standing in the mud. We're going to look at the raw material of your life, the boring, the gritty, the mundane, and we're going to find the gold hiding inside it. We are taught to despise the ordinary. We think that simple means less. We think that if our lives aren't shiny, they aren't working. But in the ancient psychological framework of alchemy, there is no such thing as waste. There is only raw material. Before we had clinical therapy or chemistry sets, humans used these symbols to map the mind. They understood that you can't have the gold, the peace, without the lead, the heavy, boring struggle. The most famous discovery in the history of this lab didn't come from a guy trying to be a mystic. It came from a guy who was willing to get his hands dirty in the most literal way possible. Here's a story. In the 1600s, there was an alchemist named Hennig Brand. That's Hennig Brand. He was obsessed with finding the secret of everlasting light. He wanted a substance that glowed with the power of the sun. Most of the people at the time were looking at expensive minerals or rare gems, but Brand had a different idea. He looked at the most ordinary, most filthy substance he could find. Can you guess what it is? Human urine. He collected 1,500 gallons of it. Yes, you heard that right. 1,500 gallons of it. He sat in his lab for weeks, boiling it down, fermenting it, and distilling it. Imagine the smell. Imagine how pissed off, no pun intended, how his neighbors have been. Imagine how unspiritual he looked. He was literally elbow deep in the gutter of human biology. But then, one night, in the dark of his lab, it happened. After all the filth was burned away, a substance remained in the bottom of his glass. It didn't look like gold, however, but it glowed. It emitted a pale green, ghostly light, and when it touched the air, it burst into flame. He hadn't found a magic spell, but he had discovered phosphorus. He found light by looking in the place everyone else was afraid to touch. He found the element that would eventually match the power of the sun, all by staring in the sewer. I realized recently that I have been waiting for the big break to make me happy. I was looking at the above, the big awards, the big recognition, thinking that was where the light was. I was ignoring the below. I was ignoring the simple act of making my coffee. I was ignoring the quiet conversation with my neighbor. I was ignoring the dirt of my ordinary Rust Belt life because I thought it was just a waste of time. I was like the people who laughed at Hennig Brand. I didn't realize that the gold isn't a destination, it's a transmutation. It's the ability to take a leaden Tuesday afternoon and find the glow in it. It's realizing that the light isn't coming to see you, it's already inside the grit. So here's my challenge to you this week: stop looking up. Look at the thing in your life that you think is filth. Maybe it's your boring job. Maybe it's your small apartment. Maybe it's the fact that your life feels ordinary. Don't try to escape it this week. Distill it. Apply your full attention to it. Wash the dishes like they are the most important artifacts in the world. Drive to work like it's a pilgrimage. Find the glow in the grit. Remember the motto: in sterquilis invenitur, the miracle is in the mud. You don't need a better life, you just need a better lab. And hey, one small thing before you go. I saw a spider web on my porch this morning. It was covered in morning dew, and for about 30 seconds, when the sunlight hit it, it looked like it was made of diamonds, emitting rainbows, little rainbows coming out of those bubbles. It was just a bug trap made of spit, but in the right light, it was a masterpiece of nature. Remember, everything is raw material. Let me say that again. Everything is raw material. Till next week, this is your friend Vinny. Keep it ordinary, keep it simple.